Good evening and welcome to Downtown Arlington's first ever completely virtual annual meeting, On the Road Again, presented by Texas Trust. Thank you for joining us today for an evening of reflection, recognition, and fun as we commemorate the past year and the people that make it special. Join in on the fun this evening by showing off your Downtown Arlington history knowledge with our Roots Podcast Trivia Contest. Throughout tonight's program, keep an eye out in the chat for various trivia questions. We'll reveal the answers at the end of the night, and the first person to answer each question correctly gets a $10 gift card to the downtown business of their choice and entered into a raffle for an additional $50 gift card to Inspirations Catering. We're streaming tonight's event live from the newly completed Levitt Hospitality Suite. We'd like to give a special thank you to the Levitt Pavilion production team for making tonight's event possible, and to our presenting sponsor, Texas Trust Credit Union, who's been helping our community build brighter financial future since 1936. While this is a night to celebrate, it is also a night to commemorate the strength and endurance of our community. Please join me now as we honor America with a hometown rendition of America the Beautiful, provided by Dan Cavanaugh and Jamar Jones from the University of Texas at Arlington. While we are here to celebrate tonight, we have to remember that tomorrow marks one of our nation's most shattering tragedies. In the days that followed the heartbreaking events of 9/11, fear and uncertainty ran rampant in our nation. Now our nation faces another set of unprecedented times with the COVID-19 pandemic. Just as we made it through the challenges in these dark times that followed the terrorist attacks in 2001, we do so again now, taking it day by day together. Join me as we take a moment to honor those who have lost their lives in service of our country and in each other, our first responders, our healthcare workers, and those impacted by COVID-19, with another original performance as a special tribute from Dan and Jamar.
When we initially picked the annual meeting theme, On the Road Again, our world looks a lot different. We wanted to celebrate the huge achievement of completing the Abram Street construction project.
Now, as we have all spent the last 6 months adapting to our new reality, getting on the road again in downtown Arlington takes on a whole new meaning.
We're meeting each other virtually, getting our meals to go, and spending much more time outdoors. The world feels more uncertain, and our local businesses need your support now more than ever.
But there are so many things that remain the same: faithful friends, loving families, hometown pride, team spirit, and so many silver linings and small victories to celebrate as we navigate this period of our lives. So as we welcome you to our first ever virtual annual meeting, let's talk about all the things we have to celebrate.
We'd like to welcome Mayor Jeff Williams to talk about what we have to celebrate in downtown with the City of Arlington.
Well, good evening, and it's a great evening in downtown Arlington. In fact, I can feel the fall air. This past year has required us to adapt to a whole new way of doing things, but it still feels great to have a chance to get together. And of course, to talk about all the good things that are still happening right here in the center of our city. And y'all, Arlington is a big place. So I want to start with why this 1 square mile of downtown Arlington plays such a big role as the hub of our city. You know, downtown is an area that needs to be protected to keep the momentum of our shared investments going. Private sector investments, small businesses in particular, and then of course representing a significant investment here in that have been made in our downtown over the years. And of course, we're attracting more. Public investment is in the form of city and university facilities, streets, sidewalks, and other infrastructure. And it's so critically important that we continue to protect and support downtown Arlington to ensure this tax base is safe. Now, downtown is also an incubator for small businesses, and that accounts for 44% of our country's economic activity. But of course, these small businesses really give us our character and our backbone. And we've been attracting a unique mix of businesses before the pandemic, and downtown Arlington should remain a viable district that will afford opportunities for coming growth. And it is so critically important that we continue to protect and support downtown Arlington to ensure that this tax base and civic identity remain strong. Investment attraction must be another incentive for reinvesting in downtown. And when major industry or a new company is looking at Arlington as a possible location, they are examining many aspects, from our schools to available housing to workforce and quality of life. And included in that question of quality of life is interest in downtown. Is it alive and viable, or does it represent local disengagement and failure? When our downtown is vibrant and alive, it sends a serious message to our competitive prospects that Arlington is truly the place to invest. And finally, downtown is the physical symbol of our shared civic pride. Today, Arlington is proud of its downtown. Making downtown revitalization a citywide effort affects every individual in the city. And turning the downtown around is not an easy task. It comes from individual investment, a collective and shared vision, and hard work. And we've seen the high-paying results of the work that has been put in so far. And nowhere is that more evident than right here at the Levitt Pavilion. It was just an idea on paper a little over 10 years ago. And with this beautiful new hospitality building and public restrooms, yes, and I did say public restrooms opening this year, the Levitt will continue to serve our diverse community, coming together for free concerts on the lawn for generations to come. The city's commitment to great placemaking is also evident with the completed Abrams Street redesign. It's great to see people out walking again, and the completion of this transformative streetscape project is the perfect example of the positive changes that are possible when our community members come together to dream big with that can-do spirit. Believe me, Arlington knows how to dream big. And more importantly, we know how to keep those American dreams alive. Coronavirus response was quick and diligent, keeping our community and our medical professionals top of mind as we control the spread of the virus. I'm very grateful to our citizens, but most importantly, we're grateful to our fire department and our first responders who have worked so hard to make a difference in controlling this virus. Now, our small business owners are working hard to keep their dreams of entrepreneurship alive. Key developments in downtown are still underway, with new residential apartments and soon single-family urban homes that will add hundreds of new residents that will help support our small businesses for their day-to-day needs. It's all happening. It's coming. And the city will continue to invest in downtown Arlington, with plans now for a brand new state-of-the-art fire station #1 right here on Main Street. And then also I've got to mention this amazing university here on one side, and then of course the growing entertainment district on the other side. This downtown will continue to inspire and promote catalytic development that will leverage these assets and make for a great city for years to come. Now, speaking of our assets, one of the biggest assets Arlington has is the patriotism that runs deep through our community. We'll see Arlington's love of country and respect for our first responders on full display tomorrow right here at the Levitt Pavilion as we gather on the 19th anniversary of 9/11 at 3 p.m. to remember those who died on that fateful day and the heroic first responders who answered the call to help. And if you haven't driven by Veterans Park, you need to, as once again, the Arlington Veterans Park Foundation has organized its Patriot Day community display, a sea of American flags, each one flown in memory or in honor of someone special to Arlington residents. And I'm proud to report the museum is advancing forward with some impressive milestones even during the pandemic. The organizers have added a list of big names to the foundation's board, including Charlotte Jones Anderson and Rex Tillerson, and they reported some incredible fundraising totals that will ensure that when the museum and its education center for the National Medal of Honor Museum opens, that it will be a state-of-the-art. Well, we are going to continue to attract visitors from around the world, and of course, with our rich history of recognizing our military veterans and first responders in Arlington, we're honored with the responsibility and opportunity to teach younger generations about those who sacrifice so much so that we can live and pursue the American dream. And yes, the National Medal of Honor Museum right here in Arlington, Texas, will be that beacon that stretches throughout the nation. Well, next week, we have another big event right here, and that is September 17th is North Texas Giving Day, with the Arlington Tomorrow Foundation hosting a full day of live stream concerts at the Levitt Pavilion. And please help support our local nonprofits as they continue doing incredible work, and tune in or donate as you're able next week. And remember, working with many like-minded people and institutions, we are busy building and implementing the next American dream in spite of this pandemic right here in downtown Arlington. You know, it's an honor to be with you tonight. And now I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Tech Lim. He's president at the University of Texas at Arlington. And Dr. Lim joined the University of Texas at Arlington as provost and vice president for academic affairs in July 2017. He's also a professor in the Department of Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering. And as provost, he has promoted academic excellence and opportunity to one of the most diverse campus populations in the nation, consisting of almost 60,000 students in 2018 to 19. And then in March of 2020, Dr. Lim was appointed to lead UTA as administrator in charge, in addition to his role as provost and vice president for academic affairs in the midst of this coronavirus pandemic. And Dr. Lim has successfully navigated the university through the unprecedented transition to online learning while maintaining academic excellence for the university students. The safety of the campus community and, of course, this university's trajectory toward Texas Tier 1 status. And then Dr. Lim was appointed as interim president in May of 2020. Dr. Lim believes in partnerships, he believes in Arlington, and he has led this university very well. So now, please let me welcome Dr. Tech Lim as he touches on the remarkable activities generating from the University of Texas at Arlington. Dr. Lim.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Arlington. I am honored to be here tonight to celebrate downtown Arlington's continued revitalization. Thank you to Mayor Williams, the Downtown Arlington Management Corporation, especially Maggie Campbell, and everyone who has dedicated so much time and effort to bring downtown Arlington to life and vibrancy. There is so much to celebrate tonight, and I know in the coming years we will have even more to celebrate. As interim president of the University of Texas at Arlington, I have the privilege to partner with these driven and dedicated individuals to advance our collective vision of a downtown Arlington that embodies the college town environment. There is progress being made every day, and the transformation is simply incredible. I believe UT Arlington has a unique and significant role to fill in this effort. The university is an economic driver and partner for the entire community, especially the downtown area. Our students, faculty, staff, and visitors all frequent and impact businesses in the downtown area. And our experts from across our schools and colleges often work closely with our community and business leaders on projects to grow and improve downtown Arlington. So, as we enter the fall, I want to reaffirm UT Arlington's commitment to be a strong partner for downtown Arlington and the entire city. Whether it is our role as a leader for pioneering scientific innovation or creative work of art and design, by providing access to a great education for people in our community, by partnering with our local leaders, or by working to grow local businesses, we are always here for this community. As we speak, our newly launched Center for Entrepreneurship and Economic Innovation is partnering with Downtown Arlington to continue building on the critical work to revitalize downtown and beyond. However, UT Arlington's role in this community is about much, much more. As the university grows in prestige and excellence, so does the city of Arlington. And together, the more impact we will have on our community, this region, and the state of Texas. Let me share a couple of recent examples how we continue to excel. Just a few weeks ago, UT Arlington's College of Nursing and Health Innovation was designated as a National Center of Excellence by the National League for Nursing, making our nursing school one of only 17 schools in the nation with that prestigious designation. And you know what? That is out of thousands of nursing schools around the country. And I'm proud to announce that we have unofficially met all the necessary criteria to attain Texas Tier 1 designation next spring. What does that mean? Attaining Texas Tier 1 status will attract significant research to the university and continue UT Arlington's rise as one of the dominant research institutions in the state of Texas. Finally, let me again reaffirm that I look forward to continuing our important work with Downtown Arlington Management Corporation, the mayor, and the city as we continue to pursue excellence for the university and for Downtown Arlington. Well, thank you for having me here today. Mav up, Arlington.
All right, thank you, Dr. Lim. All of the great things in the community wouldn't be possible without the support of our Downtown Arlington directors. The contributions of our outgoing board members. I want to say thank you to Emery Estes, Bowie Hogg, Valerie Landry, Sam Marouk, Kevin McGlon, Art Prue, and Gary Walker. Your support and dedication has meant so much to the whole organization. Now let's take a look at what all of the efforts from our community members have resulted in this year.
On the road again, I can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on the road again.
Downtown Arlington is on the road again. Our organization was formed in 2006 as a public-private partnership between the City of Arlington, the University of Texas at Arlington, and the downtown business community. And today, 15 years later, our organization has a lot to celebrate.
This year, we're celebrating its entrepreneurial and innovative spirit. A supportive community for our homegrown businesses and all the new members of our community. Restaurants, boutiques, entertainment venues, experiential retail, and more. In February, we launched a brand new website and completely redesigned the experience with a mobile-friendly, interactive directory at its core. Uncover the hidden gems near your favorite downtown spots through our individual business listings and suggested itineraries. Downtown Arlington has built a solid reputation over the last decade for our homegrown restaurant and bar scene, locally brewed craft beer, and startup community. Our businesses have shown incredible dedication and resiliency in the face of the coronavirus pandemic. They've reinvested in their kitchens, changed up their menus, began or expanded their delivery services and patios, and gotten creative with a new business model in response to customer needs and public safety. To capture all of their innovative responses, we've launched the Downtown Delivers platform. Now, it's easy to find ways to support your local favorite foods through delivery, curbside pickup, to-go, and on a patio. In the summer, we rallied for them with our first ever Downtown Arlington Drive-In Restaurant Rally, with partial proceeds benefiting Mission Arlington. Keep the spirit of the rally going this year as we continue to support our local business owners and nonprofit organizations hit hardest by the COVID-19 pandemic. Even though this spring meant we were stuck indoors, we had a chance to slow down, talk to each other more, and get back to our roots. With the Downtown Arlington Roots podcast series, we were able to learn and share so many gems of Arlington's history and the people and events that made us who we are today. And with the Levitt Pavilion's Living Room series, we're still enjoying live music, now from the comfort of our homes. This community takes care of each other, which is why we've worked on making downtown a place for the community, keeping it clean with trash and litter patrol pickup, and finding tactical improvements to make downtown safer and more enjoyable to walk around. Property owners repainted buildings, repaved driveways, added lighting, and other improvements to bring their buildings to life. And thanks to the citizens of Arlington, Abram Street is now an experience that pedestrians' dreams are made of. The reimagining of Abram Street from Cooper and Collins Streets began with the voters approving this $21.96 million capital project as part of the 2008 bond election. Now, the area between City Hall and the Levitt Pavilion has been transformed with a beautifully connected plaza that enlarges the audience site for the Levitt Pavilion's popular free concert series. Abram Street is ready for a stroll with new sidewalks, shade trees, landscaping, and benches. Our Mod Squad started work on making the rest of downtown stroll ready. In partnership with the UTA Institute of Urban Studies, our student committee helped complete a pedestrian and walkability study, which identified improvements to make the walk from campus to all around downtown a safer, more enjoyable experience for everyone. Our community just keeps growing. This year saw a number of developments underway, like the Park Place Apartments, the Levitt Pavilion Hospitality Suite, and the Main 7 Luxury Townhome Villas. To support our future growth and our long history of being the center of visual and performing arts in the city, DAMC commissioned a comprehensive assessment of the role and future of the arts in downtown as the Arlington Cultural District. This shared arts feasibility study explored ways to best support our local art sector, how existing cultural facilities might extend their useful life, and how additional investments in the arts might further enhance the city and region's cultural and economic vitality. With the Downtown Arlington Master Plan and this study, we've got a clear path for our future. Through our growth, downtown's community spirit remains the same, one where authenticity, creativity, and hometown pride thrive and drive what's next.
So each year we recognize community members that embody the quintessential spirit of downtown with our 3 awards: the legendary Lionheart Award, the Golden Lantern Award, and our highest award, the Dream Builder Award.
Without further ado, let's recognize this year's winner of the legendary Lionheart Award.
So the legendary Lionheart Award is awarded to a courageous downtown business owner whose entrepreneurial ventures have turned into community legend. This year's award winner has skyrocketed into legendary status this past year when his food truck barbecue grew into a storefront location with lines down the street. So since you opened, and I want you to talk about exactly when you opened, because it really was right in the face of the pandemic and the shutdown. But talk about the publicity that you've been able to get, not just for Hurtado, but for our downtown.
We opened on February 22nd in 2020, literally right before the entire state was essentially shut down. And we had no idea what to do whenever it first happened, but we didn't have a choice but to persevere and to keep going. We had a lot of help from the community coming out to support us, whether they were ordering online for curbside pickup or getting their food to go. So that was really helpful. And that sparked the interest of a lot of local, statewide, and even national publications. So in the last 6 months, we've been in the Star Telegram, we've been in the Dallas Morning News, we've been in USA Today, we've been on Fox 4, Channel 11, Channel 8. We've had a ton of great publicity, and I'm sure I'm missing a lot of it there, but the point being, people are attracted to downtown Arlington, and they love great barbecue, they love the atmosphere here, and I think that reporters and publications know that, and that's kind of put downtown Arlington at the forefront of what's going on in the entire city of Arlington.
And as a brand new business, you've also been very generous. Tell us about some of the partnerships that you've been involved with where you're actually helping feed people.
Some people call it generous. I think we're just fulfilling our civic duty to serve our community. Whenever COVID first started, we had such a great response of people coming out to support us that we decided to give away 250 plus meals to anyone in need. Whether that be a single mom that's having a hard time or a family of 5 that, their parents just lost their job and they don't know where their next meal is going to come from. So we called our food purveyors and they came out and really helped us execute that. Even some of our customers came out and helped us deliver food to people for free. So that was really amazing. And then recently we decided that we were going to extend that on a more permanent basis, but to those who are willing to put their lives on the line for our community and for our nation, to be quite honest. We already had veteran discounts and discounts for police officers, but we wanted to take that a step further. A friend of mine told me recently that her husband, who is a law enforcement officer, was refused service at a restaurant in North Texas, and that's just unacceptable. So we wanted to make a statement, and we decided that police officers and active duty military are all going to eat for free at Hurtado Barbecue from now on. And I just feel like that's something that is very near and dear to my heart, and something that we want to extend, to the community here and abroad. So if you're a law enforcement officer, if you are serving our country, you're not going to pay for your food here.
That is so cool. We wanted to come and talk to you, and I'm going to have my staff join me here. We are not interviewing you for the video. We're here to give you an award. We have an award called the Legendary Lionheart Award, and we give it annually. It's our staff pick for the business that has been courageous and a leader and entrepreneurial. So we're so proud to have you here and glad you're part of our community.
It means a lot to me. Thank you. It means a lot.
Thank you for your investment in downtown.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so you're now our second ever annual Legendary Lionheart.
Thank you. Appreciate that, guys.
Randy Ford was the first, with Jay Gilligan's, and he's been here, 41 years? So we want to see that kind of sustainability for Hurtado.
Thank you. Well, we're really proud to be part of downtown Arlington, and we're here for the long haul. So we're vested in this community and everyone that lives here. So thank you very much.
Very proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
So does he deserve an award?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Probably the best place in DFW, for sure.
Really?
Yeah, by far. I've been to just about all of them.
What's your favorite meal that you get here?
Beef rib, hands down. Hands down the beef rib.
One or two?
Oh, only one. I don't even finish one sometimes.
How long have you guys been cooking?
Couple weeks, about a month actually. We've come here at least once a week since we started a job. Yeah, it's great.
Thank you for supporting downtown.
No problem.
Awesome. Well, my favorite is the beef rib, too, and congratulations to Brandon and Hurtado Barbecue. Our next award is going to those who keep the rest of us going when we're hit with some of life's toughest moments. The Golden Lantern Award is granted to the nonprofit or community leader in downtown who brings the human touch to our work.
Good morning. Doing great. How are you? Good morning, guys. Thank you guys for coming out and meeting us this morning. I'm Maggie Campbell. I'm the president for the Downtown Arlington Management Corporation. We are the organization that takes care of downtown, and we do the marketing and the promotion and the economic development. We partner with the city and UTA. We've been around for about 12, 15 years. And you guys are our local firefighters. We consider Fire Station number 1 sort of our neighborhood fire station. And we have our annual meeting coming up next week, and we give a couple of awards every year for outstanding service. And this year, we are so excited to present you guys with our Golden Lantern Award This is intended for one of our nonprofit or agency partners who's just served the community in such an amazing way with compassion and care. But we wanted to recognize all the firefighters here for your service this year, particularly during the pandemic. So the Golden Lantern Award, you are only our second recipient of this award. Last year we honored Miss Tilly Bergen with Mission Arlington for her work. So we really thank you for everything that you guys do. I did want to take this opportunity to ask a couple questions. I see you brought some of your four-legged friends out today. Why do we have dogs at Fire Station number 1? What's their job here?
These guys will answer the question for you. They are fire prevention, so one of them want to talk.
Who do you have with you?
This is K9 Little.
Hi, K9?
Yes, and she's part of the EOD team, so they're trained to sniff out explosive components, and we work special events around Arlington.
Awesome, and they're housed here at this fire station, and the training is done here?
So the training is done out of state.
Okay.
A vendor who supplies the animals.
Okay.
But the dogs live with the handling.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And how many firefighters are here at this station? We'll pass the mic back.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So today we have 6, but anywhere from 6 to 8. We used to have 10 before our battalion chief and technician moved out of the station for all this COVID pandemic stuff.
Yes.
So today we have 6. We have 3 on the engine and 3 on the Quint.
Well, I know you guys are busy and you're on duty, but we really appreciated you taking the time to come out and be part of our presentation. So most of the time these awards are supposed to be a complete surprise. So this is why we had to film it ahead of time. And we just hope you guys will share this with everybody that works here and know that we really care and appreciate all your work. Thank you. And now it's time to recognize the recipient of the highest honor that Downtown Arlington has, the annual Dream Builder Award presented by Texas Trust. It's our most prestigious award, granted to downtown individuals whose remarkable legacy have helped build the American Dream City. This year's award is given to a person responsible for shaping our downtown through his vision, investments, and savvy development skills. He's brought us projects ranging from commercial to residential and from retail to entertainment. You might say he's bringing us a whole new frontier.
And in that 6-year time, we've seen this renaissance that's happened down here. It's so amazing, the number of businesses that have opened, the number of great venues for entertainment, for going out to have a drink, having a great dinner. It's just amazing what's happening in this area.
Ryan, it's so fun to be here and talking to you. We wanted to get an update from you about what's coming up next at Urban Union, but I first want to kind of go back and make sure people know how long you've been developing property downtown. So I was here as the first president for the downtown organization in 2006, 2007, and at the time was trying to find someone to redevelop the 300 block of Abram, which had an old furniture store and a church, and most of the rest of it was vacant. Was that your first project downtown?
Yeah, it was. We moved into Gary Walker's building at the Vandergrift Town Center for office space, and I just couldn't believe there was no, funky restaurants and bars and stuff that close to UTA. So the Block 300 was our first project, and I was in Flying Fish last week and ran into one of the owners, Larry Richardson, and I hadn't seen him in years, and I got to talking to him, and they've been there 10 years. So that project was about. We must have started it in late 2008, early 2009, so right in the middle of kind of the downturn.
Right.
And Larry says they're happy there. He was actually there taking photos of all the new apartments and everything around, saying it's been quite a change of scenery since they first moved in. But yes, I think we're going on probably 12 years of development in downtown Arlington. So we did Block 300, and then we followed that up with it's now Free Play Arcade.
Yes.
But it was the Goodyear Tire Store when we bought it. And that's actually what led to the 404 is we were actually responding to a noise complaint from a neighbor that lives south of where 404 border is right now. At the time that was Capitol Bar. and they had a band, and it wasn't anything major, but somebody called in and said, hey, it's a little noisy. And I was standing there and I looked at this big field and I said, wow, that's right next to UTA. How come there's not some housing there or something? And so that actually led to 404 Border. So, we've done a bunch of stuff. I like to tell people, I think that, our company, our group has done probably more leasing than anybody else in downtown Arlington. Just a lot of the commercial spaces and the fun space you see is a result of some of our projects, which we're very proud of. And obviously, guys paved the way for us that have been working on downtown for years and years. Guys like Jerry Jordan and Gary Walker, Randall Rose, these guys that have been involved and active, and they fought the good fight even before there was really anything to show for it. But we've been able to kind of pick up where they have left a good base and grow on that. And it's been fun.
This whole development has really anchored the north part of downtown. We'd already had a great deal of investment around the Arlington Music Hall and Center Street, and of course with the Levitt and everything that happened along Abrams Street. Now that public investment is coming to life with Abrams Street reopening, and we're just right here, both sides of the railroad track, and it's all kind of lifting up at once.
Essentially, we want to see Front Street as, a double-loaded, cute, quaint, walkable, pedestrian-friendly shop spaces, salons, eateries, bars, that sort of thing. And the fundamental theme and profile of the development hasn't been changed by the current pandemic. It's been slowed, but we still truly believe, and we think that the numbers that we're seeing prove it, that there's a demand for people to go somewhere and be a part of something and do fun things safely. But there's that demand, and it still exists, and fundamentally the university's growing, the entertainment district's growing, Arlington's still right in the middle of everything. So we're bullish on it. We're going to do the project. We were hoping to be under construction by now, but at the end of the day, the vision here is to be able to walk from Legal Draft along a nice, well-lit, wide sidewalk all the way down to Mellow Mushroom, which is about 6 or 7 blocks. Be able to walk down there, pop in, pass by interesting places, catch some music. Everybody down here has a great patio. And we feel like Front Street has the opportunity to be kind of downtown's, I don't want to say Main Street, but downtown's really, active, vibrant destination.
What I really want to do, Ryan, is let you know that we're really not here to give you an interview. We're here to give you an award this year.
What? Oh my gosh.
What?
You're kidding me.
So Debbie Knobloch is here from Texas Trust.
Wow.
They are our presenting sponsor for our annual meeting, and they have been presenting the Dream Builder Award for the last 4 years.
You've seen it. And this year, you're the recipient of the Dream Builder Award. We know that you've created a lot of jobs and a lot of increased sales tax, and I hear even a revitalized neighborhood, which is very cool. And so, because of your dedication and your perseverance and your ability to work through the challenges and create quality developments and to make dreams come true, we are excited as Texas Trust to be able to present this to you this year.
Well, I'm completely surprised and I'm very honored for this. Obviously, we have taken a lot of pride in what we've done, and we're very passionate.
It shows.
About it. Well, thank you.
It does.
We just really appreciate your continued investment and confidence in downtown Arlington. We hope you keep it up.
And let me just say to everybody watching the video, thank you all for being our customers and supportive of all of our projects. I know that a lot of our clients are involved in the DAMC now and active in that, and that's I want to thank everybody for their support, and certainly the city, the staff and the mayor and everybody involved with funding and helping downtown, and thank you guys for all y'all do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. So,
claps and hugs and
this is great.
high five.
It was just one short year ago that we were recognizing Patty Dew for this Dream Builder Award for her amazing contributions as the first executive director of the Levitt Pavilion. And now here we are with you, Latacia, in your new house here, and we're very excited to have you helping us partner tonight with this event. What I want to talk about is why live music is so important to our community.
Well, Maggie, it's kind of hard to explain. Live music is just feeds everyone's soul. And in fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think I heard through the grapevine that your board of directors, maybe, or board members, did a little song for us tonight. So let's hear from Downtown Arlington.
We have a special performance tonight.
Get downtown again. We can't wait to go downtown again. The life we love's on pause, so COVID's on the run. And we can't wait to go downtown again. Social distancing, it's what gets us on the road again. I really wish I could just hang out with my friends, but fancy masks and work from home till then. Sit with the family, doing yoga with the dog, we pass the time away. Homeschool never ends. Corona came and took away vacation. What's our salvation? Downtown again. Just like always, tough times will end. If we stick together and dream big with our friends, our hometown pride will guide us all again. Again. We're feeling good, you'll find your favorite place to go. On the patio, as we rally round our businesses, then you will know, then you will know, we're on the road again. It's just so great to go downtown again. The life I love is right here in Arlington, and it's so great to go downtown again. And it's so great to go downtown again.
Well, I don't know who's having more fun, Mayor Williams singing along with Tom Cravens dressed as Willie Nelson, or Mayor Cluck when he opened the Levitt Pavilion 10 years ago.
You know, Maggie, you were here when it all got started. What was it that made the Levitt Pavilion Arlington something that you thought needed to be created downtown?
Well, we needed a place for the community to come together. Basically, we needed to put a there, a place we could identify as the center of our downtown, and a place where hometown pride, creativity, and the arts could really take shape.
And it sure has. Live music is central to the identity down here, and it's the core of what makes downtown Arlington so special.
Yeah, you know, we were working all summer on a new festival idea. We were going to incorporate 20 different live music venues, from Texas Live to the Levitt, to the Arlington Music Hall, all of our bars, and we were just, when we take all that inventory, we have a lot of live music. It's who we are.
Absolutely, and that's why we retooled in the beginning of this COVID situation that we're in, where we started live streaming beginning in April, and we ran through really August, and now have actually folks on the lawn. It's also been important to us during this time to support the Save Our Stages movement. That movement to preserve independent live music venues and promoters throughout the United States, and also encourage Congress to ultimately pass the Save Our Stages Act and the Restart Act to help our independent venues nationwide from closing permanently.
You know, everyone, musicians especially, have had to completely pivot what we normally do as a result of this pandemic. And it's remarkable how creative you and the Levitt Pavilion crew and board have become. And our community as a whole, we've all had to learn how to retool, as you say. Please tell us, what has the Levitt done to adapt, and what's happening now?
Well, Maggie, we initially had to shut down our concert series, but I'm very proud of our production crew and our staff and our board that they were willing to think outside of the box. What could we do to stay relevant during this time? And what could we then turn around and look back and say, what did we do during this time? How did we perform during this COVID epidemic? And so we pivoted into live streaming, and it's been great. So now what that does is then when we are live on the lawn, we're able to be live on the lawn, and then we're also able to live stream. And so people all over the community can be a part of the live music in downtown Arlington.
So now you've worked it out to where people can actually come and gather on the lawn. We've started that in the last 2 weeks. Tell us how that works.
Yes, so how that works is we work with the City of Arlington and the fire department on COVID protocol. And so every Monday after a concert, so we've had 2 weekends of concerts. Every Monday we visit with the city fire department and we talk about what went well and we make adjustments from there. On Tuesday, we then release in an email blast or our social media that we have squares available on the lawn. And so at that time, people start registering for their squares, and then they can show up the day of the concert, go to their square. If though by 8:15 there's no one in the square, we can actually take walk-ups, and so they can go and actually sit on the lawn. And those squares, again, they bring their own food and beverage, and they sit and they enjoy the music live. And then we've been really excited because a lot of people from home have said, look, we're not comfortable with going out to the lawn yet, but we so appreciate being able to see it on the Facebook page.
Well, and of course, as always, all the concerts at the Levitt are free. Which is the beauty of what you guys do, bringing free music under the stars. And I have to say, you guys have done an incredible job this year. Why don't we take a look at some of the highlights from the Levitt Pavilion so far this year? Thank you for gathering with us today as we share stories of our thriving downtown. While some of the success dates from a time that might feel far away for many of us, we'll continue to take pride in telling our stories. In spite of this pandemic, we're optimistic about our future recovery, and we're excited about our latest initiative called Downtown Outdoors. With Abrams Street now offering wide sidewalks and interesting outdoor discoveries around every corner, we're creating fun and family-friendly outdoor programming that can bring activity back downtown safely. We believe that people will come back, and we're ready for them when they do. Our downtown businesses are doing their part, so please remember to support them so our community will be here for you when this is over. The course of our city will be shaped now by how we all respond together. In the coming year, our organization will be focused on connecting our community through strong communication, remaining relevant, and supporting our small businesses with resources and new technology. Partnering whenever we can with the Arlington Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Greater Arlington Chamber of Commerce, the University, and the City of Arlington to collaborate and leverage results. There's interest from developers and new business is still strong. We expect new real estate investments to continue in the coming year. We're looking forward to several new businesses opening, in fact, in the coming weeks, including the long-awaited Cane Rosso as part of Urban Union and the new Amore Mio Italian restaurant, which will complete the ground floor retail in the 101 Center. We'll also be taking this time to plan for our future with the Downtown Master Plan and our new art study as our guides. We'll be serving as strong advocates for investing in the arts, bringing the recommendations from our recently completed art study to life, and creating the collaborations that drive our downtown's progress. For some of our event programming, we'll be bringing back Arlington on Tap in a special virtual format known as Arlington on Zoom, starting this fall. So do any of you have a special speaker you'd love to hear? Let us know. Bottom line, we want to create a culture of innovation, arts, and entrepreneurship in continued partnership with the city and this amazing university. It's already happening, and you can be part of this history too. In fact, early in the pandemic, we produced Roots, a history podcast series that's now been viewed more than 64,000 times. We're really getting back to our roots tonight, so we're going to share some of our favorite moments from this hometown history podcast series while answering tonight's trivia questions. We want to thank everyone who donated their time and talents. We had a lot of fun. Let's take a look.
Geraldine, you want to talk about W.T. Wagner and Downs?
He loved horses, and he had a big ranch out in West Texas, and he was always had to drill for water to feed his cattle, and he kept hitting oil, which just really upset him, but did make him one time billionaire, I suppose. But he chose to come to the edge of Arlington and build a racetrack so he could run his horses. And he didn't spare any expense doing it. And he opened it up before pari-mutuel betting was even legal in Texas. But he did take a suitcase full of money and go down to Austin. And when he got back, it was legal to bet in Arlington. And that track was third in the nation behind Churchill Downs and Belmont as far as the beauty of the track and the amount of the purses.
In 1892, they had a big gun battle right there in Maine and Central Streets where the railroad station is. It ended up leaving 4 men and a horse dead in the streets. So we've had our share of that sort of thing.
So let's talk a little bit about Vandegrift Folly. Tom realized the city was surviving on 11 wells to provide its water. Well, we were moving and turning ourselves into a manufacturing hub with the recruitment of General Motors. We needed to have water. Water was going to be critical. So a decision was made to create a lake. Mayor Vandegrift was integrally involved in almost every level of involvement. Because of the size, it was a 15 billion gallon capacity lake, which was huge. People said it would never fill. Well, when the lake was completed and they dammed it up in March of 1957, within about 15 days, the lake filled. So that year, there was about 50 inches of rain, and a lot of that rain came in April. So it was called Miracle Lake for a period of time until about a year later, they actually changed the name of the lake to Lake Arlington.
when he landed, back in D.C., this was in the summer of '71, Richard Nixon was irate. I mean, that this small town mayor was trying to take, the nation's national pastime from the Capitol. And so when he flew in and he got in the back of a cab, I'll tell this story first. He got in the back of a cab, and the cab driver was just ranting and raving. Can you believe this guy from Texas is trying to take our team and yada, yada. And my grandfather stayed quiet, didn't say anything. And he kept going and going. And finally, he just admitted, I'm that guy. I'm Tom Vandergriff. I'm that mayor you've been talking about. So the cabbie just slammed on his brakes and kicked him out of the cab. And so in that same trip, David Eisenhower, who was Nixon's son-in-law, kind of got wind that Tom Vandergriff was there. These things were going on. So Nixon dispatched him to Bob Short's office to talk with Short about, you can't do this. You can't let this move happen. Little did Eisenhower know Tom Vandergriff was there. So when Eisenhower came to the office, Bob Short shoved him into his closet. And so here, Tom Vandergriff's there the whole time, hiding in a bunch of clothes, while Bob Short and David Eisenhower are kind of going at it with about the move to Texas.
I remember the fire department when they would drive around, just one little truck, and they let me ride on that truck, or I'd get to go to the fire station and slide down the pole. And so you talk about history. I have a lot of memories and a lot of good things that took place in just growing up here.
You talk about Main Street. Well, my grandfather was one of the first physicians in Arlington, Dr. M.H. Cravens, and his office and his house was the end of Main Street. Dr. Cravens had a wife. Her name was Mary. He had a couple of wives named Mary because one of them died. But anyway, there was a Mary Cravens Carlisle and Mary Carlisle Cravens. I won't get into that whole story. But when one of them passed away, she was buried in the old Arlington Cemetery up off of, I guess it's East Street or Mary Street now. And the street was not in there, and he couldn't go see her, visit the graveyard. He had to go all the way around town to get there. And so he took his tractor and he plowed a road going up from his place all the way up to the cemetery. And it just ended up called Mary Street because he plowed it to go see his wife in the cemetery. A true story.
There seems to be a lot of fond memories, and there's something very meaningful about that fountain, that mineral well. Even though it's gone, there's been a lot of talk about trying to bring it back someday. And you talked about that, it being a community gathering place. That's probably what people remember about it the most.
I do. I said, of course, most of the time the men sat around spitting and whittling, as they would say. But it was a gathering place, for the community. When they had pep rallies, it was always coming from the school, which was on Cooper Street, down Main Street, circling the well. And it was a tradition for the boys at the cadets at UTA, or which was NTAC or whatever it was at any given time. They had to go down there and drink that water, then duck walk back to the college, which a lot of them had many problems on the way back to the college after drinking that water. Because it would clean you out. And of course, the well, being downtown in all of its different forms, was a social gathering place too, for rallies of any kind, early war bond rallies, prohibition rallies.
Saturday trade days.
Yeah.
So we hope you enjoyed playing some trivia with us tonight. Go check your answers. Did you get any of them right? Our trivia winners will be announced tonight at 9 o'clock on our Facebook page. We had so much fun making the Downtown Arlington Roots History podcast series, And like the rest of you, we're learning how to use Zoom along the way. Here's some of our more memorable behind-the-scenes moments.
All right. I'm the oldest one.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Not necessarily.
That will probably end up in outtakes. Okay, ready? I think it might be your computer, Persis.
Let's see. Actually, let me grab my.
All right, hold on, let me do this.
There it is.
There we go.
You gotta unmute. Mute. Sorry. There you go.
I unmuted you.
Point with just the computer audio, not my phone.
You ready? It says it's recording.
Has it got your face on there?
No, it does not have my face on there.
Yeah, that's what I'm on.
It just turned off.
Yeah.
Without that 30-minute mark?
Yeah, I think that's 30-minute mark.
Some of those groups are going to say they just need, what's it called? Mylar? No, not Mylar. What's it called? Anyway, there's a sort of rubbery kind of.
Is it Bulon?
And then we're going to come back and talk about all the ways that UTA kept reinventing itself.
I wouldn't call me the official historian. I'm just an old person that's been here a long time. My name is Kurt.
It is fun. It is.
It's Kurt right there. Hey, Kurt.
Hey, Kurt.
Wow.
Tilly.
Hey, come see me.
Hey, Miss Tilly.
Yes, sir. Love you, Kurt.
I love you too. Can you hear me?
Yes, you can.
Okay. And
Hi,
hold on.
Kurt.
Hi, how are you, Maggie?
I'm good. You're in your studio. You're in the house.
I live here. This is home. I'm a neighbor today.
Thank you.
I am your neighbor.
Thank you so much. Okay,
Bye-bye.
guys. Bye. Thank you for joining us for our first virtual annual meeting. Before we let DJ Girl rock us out, we'd like to recognize all the people that made this program possible. We'd especially like to thank Amy Kernall, who served as our Downtown Arlington Board Chair for the past 2 years, and you've been an incredible partner as our Board Chair. Thank you, Amy, for all you've done for our organization to support us through the years. We'd also like to thank Tin Cup Restaurant 506 at the Sanford House and Inspirations Catering for their hospitality and delicious food during our production this evening. Now, we'd also like to thank a lot of other people, so please pay attention to our credits and stay with us because we're going to have some great music from DJ Girl. Yay. Thank you.